Greetings, Southlands, where I'm Parax11, review of the good, the bad, and the underrated. So after a year's hiatus, Doctor Who, my favourite TV show of all time, is finally back, and I seem to be one of two people who didn't lose their minds when the news that the hiatus came out. After Hellbent was the piece of shit it was, and Husbands of River Song was just okay, I thought it was time for the show to take a little break, as it's pretty clear Stephen Moffat's being pulled in too many directions when it comes to the project he's working on. However, the pretty formulaic looking previews didn't get me very excited. I may like the superhero genre, but that doesn't make it any less overdone. To be good with superheroes these days, you need to be either really unique and subversive, or at least have fun with all the cliches the genre has, but the trailers really didn't give that impression. And yes, I know this review is late, but considering how this Christmas special had nothing to do with Christmas, that kind of matches up. Okay, not really, but just roll with me here. Will this episode be a super return, or a diabolical failure? Let's find out as we take a look at the return of Dr. Mysterio.
Mysterio is the master of the arcane arts!
Wrong one. Although that's probably the one comic book character the story doesn't rip off. Yeah, I mean pay homage to. This episode starts with a little boy in New York City being awoken to the Doctor falling outside his window. Only in this show could that sentence make any semblance of sense.
Would it be alright if I came in?
I'll have to ask my mom. Mom says you can come in. You're expected.
Grant, did your mum put some special little snowflakes in her eggnog by any chance? The Doctor then enters Grant's room as he clearly has a fixation on superheroes, because as it's in Last Christmas, it's not a rip-off if you point out what you're ripping off. Yeah, I know people say it's a satire or an homage, but honestly, Moffat doesn't take many of the advantages for good jokes on the subject as he could. He takes some, but not all of them. And as for the homage thing, it just comes off as less sincere, more he had a checklist of tropes to adhere to. Although this line is great.
Why did they call him Spider-Man? Don't they like him?
He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and guess what happened?
Radiation poisoning, I should think.
Yeah, no matter what script he gets, Capaldi is always excellent. He's not quite as good as Matt Smith or Tom Baker, but he's really damn good with both the comedy and little bits of drama in the episode.
Take this. Now, everyone who wants to sound clever calls themselves Doctor. The bandwagon.
In a comic book, you know what you'd be called? Dr. Mysterio.
I like that.
And that's our awkwardly implemented title drop. I mean, wow, that was forced. Just, hey, you know what would be a cool title? Let's do... And you're all waiting for the CinemaSins reference, aren't you? Ugh, fine.
Roll credits.
The Doctor's building a something powered by the gem Grant was given earlier.
That was a gemstone.
Well, duh.
I thought it was medicine.
What?
It looked like medicine.
What? No, it didn't. Even in terms of stupid kids, you're a stupid kid. Never accept strange drugs from an old man. He then gets superpowers because, origin story, as adult Grant, played by Justin Chatwin, is for once awakened by a baby rather than his traumatic flashbacks to Dragon Ball Evolution. After the titles, we open on Lex Oscorp Totally Not Evil Incorporated to see our not evil, well, not yet, businessman.
Any questions after today can be handled by Miss Schuster or Miss Siegel.
Wait, as in Jerry Siegel and Joe Schuster? Okay, Moffat. That was a nice little reference. Our lowest day next be for the evening, Lucy Lombard, shows up, as does... Oh no, not Nardle.
I think you'll find the restrooms to the left on your way out.
No, not the restrooms, the little boy's room.
If you successfully locate the restrooms, I think you'll find everything you need in there.
Well, I want to rest.
Hardy, hardy, ha. While not as annoying or bodiless as in the last special, seriously, how is he still not a decapitated head? Nardle isn't very funny, and feels completely unnecessary to the plot.
Alien bogies.
The CEO of Lex Oscorp Not Evil Inc. comes back at night for our German evil scientist, along with Lucy and the Doctor sneaking around.
It's okay. I'm an intruder too. Yeah, I brought snacks.
Aren't you going to offer us some? How rude. The CEO then gets given an alien brain. Well, now we know how Donald Trump's thought processes can be so alien to regular men.
What happened to you?
I don't understand.
The same thing that is about to happen to you. I had a change of mind.
Beat me by 1 second. these are our villains, the Brainy Bunch. They're invading Earth by stealing people's bodies because... Oh yeah, the plot needed a villain. I mean, they're not quite Malekith boring, I'd say more Ronan. They have some threat, but at the end of the day, they're just cutouts to run from or punch. The Doctor, Lucy and Nigel are found by Dr. Evil Alien, but Grant as the hero, the ghost, comes knocking. Quite literally.
On the 100th floor. It's real.
Who's real?
The ghost.
Who's the ghost?
Masked vigilante, but he's
What?
super.
Wait, why is he called the Ghost? He just has the stock Superman power, so what's so ghostly about him? Is it because his costume's so bland no one would be seen dead in it?
Those windows, like everything in this building, are built to withstand a blast equivalent to 4 nuclear explosions.
So, low setup for later, how are you doing? I'm okay. Aim for the mouth! For an alien whose entire body is a brain, you sure act brainless.
You're real? I can't believe it. You're actually real.
That's so shocking, I forgot how to act. Also, I do like that little knowing smile between the ghost and the Doctor. Just a nice little hint of camaraderie. Even if we never see them team up to fight the aliens, they just do it separately.
Disappointed!
I hope you're okay with heights.
I'm okay so far.
Have a good evening, gentlemen.
Oi, aren't you going to give them a lift? How rude. Also, how come he didn't take the Dr. Evil Alien to the police? I know he'd probably get out since they're incompetent in superhero stuff, but it's worth a try. Heck, the Doctor could just phone up a unit and they'd take care of the Brainy Bunch.
Sorry, duty calls.
Probably a nappy full of duty. He then gets to the baby he's taking care of as the Doctor followed him there, and admittedly, I do like the dynamic the Doctor and Grant share. While the actor for Kid Grant isn't very good, Capaldi more than makes up for it, and in the present, he and Chatwin play off each other very well, with the Doctor being worried about the gem and its effects, while Grant is eager to prove himself to someone he looked up to as a child. Kinda like Amy Pond, but instead of waiting and biting psychiatrist, he rips off Superman. It's then revealed Lucy is the baby's mother, to add a little Peter Parker and Mary Jane from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man to the mix, with her not caring for him despite them knowing each other since they were kids.
What are you doing here?
We could ask you the same question, but it's your apartment, so we probably won't.
Okay, that was really funny. We needed more jokes like that of Nardal, funny lines of him growing to understand Earth culture slowly, rather than just prating about like an attention deficit man-child.
Lombard's her married name. He ran off when the baby came along.
Your character development for the evening, Mom, and... Oh dear, I'm terribly sorry, but there's no second helpings, so you will have to remain flat and bland. In a flashback, we see Grant getting used to his X-ray vision, and admittedly, it's pretty interesting to see how a kid would react to having a power like that. Even does it better than Man of Steel, although that's really not saying much.
Lucy is your favorite.
Who says?
I'm gonna guess Grant's body isn't the only thing rising right now. Okay, I am actually sorry for that one.
Excuse me.
Oh, did you have to go streaking right now, Grant?
This is Mr. Huffle. Mr. Huffle feels pain.
Alright, why is that significant?
You're from Scotland Yard?
Yes.
You know, that isn't funny. Are you trying to be uncomfortable?
No, I was just passing.
I could just listen to Justin Bieber to get annoying squealing sound.
Oh, stop it! We just went to a top-secret science research facility apparently run by brains from space.
Oh, just stop! What's the point of this scene? Did you just want that toy to have more pain than you've given your audience, Moffat? I mean, it isn't funny, it isn't insightful. Why do you hurt that innocent little toy?
Explain! Explain! Explain!
Clearly you know the ghost and trust him. Nobody trusts anybody without knowing who they are.
Well, Trump supporters clearly don't know he's an idiot, yet trust him with their country.
Fire prevention is the responsibility of every citizen. So get a smoke detector.
Or I'll break your necks. Oh, come on, anything to make the ghost less bland. Another secret identity is what makes a hero interesting, but there has to be something entertaining or compelling about the hero. Superman's Boy Scout nature and morals, Batman's determination and intelligence, Spider-Man's quips and sense of responsibility. There has to be something fun or interesting about a hero for the audience to give a crap, and usually it's when both personas are well advertised that a superhero is most interesting. However, Grant is like a coin with one side rubbed out. His personality out of the costume is pretty well defined. He's timid and a little spineless, but still has a good heart and wants to do right by the Doctor thanks to his new powers. But the Ghost has all the character of a Golden Age superhero, which again could make for some funny humour with an old-style hero in the modern world, but no. And it also doesn't help that we never get a sense of any limits to Grant's abilities or weaknesses he has, making the few scenes of action or where he shows off his powers pretty tensionless.
You're kind of wet.
Oh my.
Can you put me in touch with him?
The Ghost.
Yeah, the Ghost.
Oh yay, this cliche. That doesn't make me want to shoot the nearest comic where I find that's a thing, just like I absolutely love Hell-Bent. That is, I don't, that episode can die in hell, and this trope can die in hell.
No, seriously, are you okay?
I'm always okay.
Squeeze my brain and I'll make you feel pain. The Nasty Men are doing nasty plans to take the Ghost's body, where Capaldi gets to show off his threatening chops and the FX off too. The effects of the alien heads are pretty great.
Who are you? There have been many attempts to conquer the Earth. I've lost count. Not one of them has succeeded. Not a single one. They all lost and burned and ran. That's who I am.
Well, it's no. But it's not half bad. He then gets away by how the bloody hell can Nardole fly the TARDIS? It took the Doctor ages to learn to fly it properly. You can't just hop in, put it in gear and release the handbrake. Nardole in both episodes he's been in has shown all the intelligence of a Star Wars prequel, but he can fly an advanced space time ship?
Rubbish! Fact me, baby. It's why I reassembled you.
No, sir, that's not the reason, is it?
Just get on with it.
You cut me out of Hydroflax because you were worried you'd be lonely.
Oh, they're just a body vending machine for decapitated heads? So, as Lucy goes for an interview with the Ghost, no prizes for naming what they're ripping off here, the Doctor and Nardole go to Tokyo.
Bit empty, isn't it?
Yes, I created a distraction. I flooded downstairs with Pokemon.
People still play Pokemon Go? Anyway, they find a spaceship above Earth. Well, I guess you could say they have the hots for each other.
Nothing special. Everyone has a day job.
Come on. You spend half your time as a regular person.
I spend all my time that way.
And the other half saving the world. How do you cope?
How do you cope with a career and a baby?
I have a nanny. That's basically your answer.
Yes, of course.
He's downstairs right now.
I see.
And yes, I said he.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Is that a problem?
I'm sorry. It's just that guys like you sometimes find it funny a man being a nanny.
Well, I find it funny how quickly you two went from banter to bickering. You changed moods quick as a flash just because we needed some conflict and our villains kinda suck. While Nardole and the Doctor venture around the reused TARDIS set, we get...
What's wrong with me? Grant. The perfect name. The man I take for granted.
Really, if you would just look up about now.
Always there, always kind, never lies. Not once.
That's very commendable.
Oh, come on!
What do you want here?
The same thing you do, Miss Fletcher. His body.
Well, I don't think he's into your species, but maybe if you try... Meanwhile, the Doctor realizes the aliens will drop their ship on New York and it's about exposition o'clock.
What do the rich old men always do when the fighting starts? They'll find the safest place to hide themselves away and send all their young people to die. And where's the safest place in every capital city now? What's the only part of New York still standing?
Harmony Show.
Harmony Shoal will open its doors to the terrified leaders of the world. And they will come running.
Well, that's actually a pretty decent plan, except for the fact that people will most likely notice the one building that withstood an alien attack. I think humanity might find it a little suspicious that one building could withstand an alien explosion. And then how much will we gain from your little scheme?
Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid!
That's right. You're in the same scene as Nardole, and that reference was directed at you, Dr. Evil Alien. Sit in human socks, you're an alien idiot. Then the Doctor decides to nuke New York City, good to know, but Nanny to the rescue. Well, they can all see my face, but hopefully they'll forget about when I tried to play Goku.
I think I prefer you in your superhero costume.
It's a bit difficult for me to change right now.
I'll do it for you.
Oh, what moment of chemistry and sorry sir, we've run out. Damn it.
Grant, remember when you're...
And Lucy burned up in the atmosphere. So the Doctor finally remembers, oh yeah, I'm the one army who deals with aliens. As Unit storms Harmony Shoal, but Dr. Evil escapes into one of them.
You okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Oh, for the love of Lambert, stop it!
Her name was River Song. They were together for a while and they were very happy. And then she died. A long time ago.
Add some awkward exposition on me. And so the Doctor flies off into our underwhelming teaser for the next season.
I'm Bill. I serve chips.
Oh goody, another 20-something woman from present-day London. How original.
Doctor what?
Ha!
It's like a
Spaceship.
kitchen.
No it doesn't.
Where are we? Which way is that? What's the Dalek? Can I use the toilet?
Oh please shut up. I'm gonna have to put up with you for the whole season? Fantastic! So that was the return of Dr. Mysterio. Meh. I honestly don't get why everyone went so crazy for this episode. Good for you if you really like the special, but while there are things I think are really good here, most of it just feels very standard. Lucy's a pretty bland character, with her chemistry with Grant being unreactive, to say the least. The aliens feel very tacked on, Matt Lucas doesn't contribute much comedy or story-wise. The effects aren't very good, and the superhero parts just feel arbitrary. It seems that Moffat had very little passion or interest in writing a superhero and was just checking off boxes from a list of cliches he'd been given by the producers. There's very little of the stuff involving the Ghost was new or even any fun. Like I said at the beginning, since the superhero genre is so widespread and overplayed these days, a good superhero anything has to be your subversive, like Captain America Civil War or One Punch Man, have fun with all the tropes and cliches that comes with the genre like The Flash or Ant-Man, or even go the Deadpool route and do a bit of both. Here, the played-out beats everyone's seen a billion times before are shown with very little new spins or self-awareness, so most of the episode is just forgettable. As said, there are quite a lot of things the episode does well. Capaldi is just as excellent as always, his chemistry with all his co-stars is very enjoyable, Chatwin does well with all the stuff he's given, especially when out of the costume, and some of the action and comedy was quite fun to witness. It was also refreshing to have a Christmas special that didn't shoehorn the holiday season into the plot, with having a fun Christmassy spirit without having the holiday season hijack it. Overall, while I do think this is Moffat's second best Christmas special, since except the freaking excellent Christmas Carol, his previous ones have been boring, cluttered, mixed, a complete mess, and just okay, and I just couldn't get into this episode. I feel like I've seen most of this story a billion times before, and considering Moffat's great episodes are usually remembered for being subversive and new, that's pretty bad, and heck, I don't need everything to be new and fresh. I love The Flash, and that show's incredibly cheesy and formulaic in a lot of ways, but at least it has fun and just picks and chooses the cliches. While this episode is powerful in some select elements, other more major ones prove to be its kryptonite and undo its strengths. I am Parax11, thank you for watching.